at what we've done, if we don't take an opportunity to evaluate the things that have happened, how can we ever improve, right? So there's absolutely zero shame in taking a look back, reflecting and saying, you know what? And don't just beat the crap out of yourself. It's also important to honor the work that you've done. So for me, my internal conversation looks something like this. You know what? COVID struck. My kids were home. It was so freaking hard to get any work at all done, but I did the best I could. I enrolled so many people. Created so many consultants. And what I'm going to do better this month is the following. And so for me, I get really very goal specific, right? So before we get goal specific, does anyone want to speak on their June, July, and August, right? It's important to talk about this stuff, guys. There's absolutely zero shame here, because I guarantee that every single thing that you are going through in your business, your mates are going through the same thing. And doesn't it feel good that you're not the only one going through this stuff, right? So talk to me. Anybody want to comment on what their June, July, and August has looked like for them?
I will, Angela.
Yes. Hey, Joyce.
Hey, how are you?
Good.
So this feels so perfectly right for me. So I was doing fantastic, working hard on my business, and probably gonna get emotional. I lost my father-in-law, who I've been close to for 40 years. So I'm trying to get back on track, and it's been really hard. Just taking care of myself.
Yeah. How many of you guys feel like you have lost a little bit of taking care of yourself during the past few months?
Yeah.
Joyce, we're sending you so much love and prayer and hugs. Tara sending you a virtual hug, and you are definitely not alone. And if I think about what your father-in-law would have wanted for you, it would be to go on,
Right.
right? And to live your best life and to be happy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joyce, you're talking to the wrong one. I'm a crier. I get very emotional. I feel it. And
I
guys,
haven't been crying though. I've been, just trying to give myself grace, but now it's like, okay, it's been a month. Like, this is stupid. Like, I feel like crap. I need to stop, and I need to keep going. I have things to do. I have people to help, and I need to stop making excuses. And so here I am.
but you know what,
Joyce,
Joyce,
just 1 month.
every little bit of hardship that we go through prepares us to be angels for somebody else. Because
Right.
you might find someone on your team that maybe has lost their spouse or their parent or has a sick child, and you can relate to them firsthand. And you know what? You could say, I've been there, I felt it. Here's
Yeah.
how we can heal and grow. So
Right.
maybe we should add that to our plan of action as well, not just business activities, but how the hell we're going to take care of ourselves the next 3 months, and what we can do to get ourselves on track, right? I always recall Jim Coover saying, man, if you lose that isogenics edge, if you forgot why you fell in love and why you started sharing this with people, you know what he wants you to do? A 9-day cleanse. Have you guys ever heard him say that before? So if you forget all the wonderful things that lit you up, let's get back on track. Find an accountability partner. Let's jump on a quick 9-day. I mean, a week. Yeah, Mark just did one. A week will significantly change your life and your feelings. So I think that we can all agree that June, July, and August maybe started strong for some, maybe didn't end as strong for others. Maybe our health kind of took a back seat. But with fall, with September, I always think of a new season, a new month, a new opportunity to improve. And what I want to share with you guys is that being the best darn coach ever has nothing at all to do with being perfect or six-pack abs. In fact, that's actually not relatable to anyone, my friends. It's not. But being a wonderful coach is about falling on your ass 10 times and getting back up the 11th. And what you're doing is you're showing people, I can do this. You can do this. There's no time frame here. It's just about growth and improvement and being a little better than you were last month. So let's write down some goals, and it would be very interesting to revisit them again in December. And again, take a look and say, how did I close my last quarter? How do I want to step into 2021? So let's start with personal goals. What are some personal goals that you would like to write down for yourself? Maybe it's to lose 15 pounds. Maybe it's something as simple as to do 2 successful cleanse days, because Lord knows with the kids home, I start with the cleanse juice, I end with a pizza. I mean, you know what? This is not about being perfect. This is about being honest, right? What other goals do we have? I'd love to go on the Mind and Body app and find some outdoor workout classes once the kids are back in school. So if we don't feel comfortable working out indoors, that's okay. That's your own prerogative. I feel like I'm going to suffocate with the mask on, but I would like to start working out 5 days a week. Anything, yoga, any HIIT classes. So the Mind and Body app is a wonderful tool where you can put in your zip code, you put in yoga, and it literally gives you all these classes. And guess what? Our business is also related directly to how we feel physically, wouldn't you say? So if we're out there taking new classes, we're going to be meeting new people. If we're feeling great and we're transforming right before people's eyes and we're walking in there with a shaker cup, everybody will see. Outdoor boot camps. I love it, Karen. Yes, yes, absolutely. Thank you, Lisa. So what other ideas do we have for improving our personal goals over the next 90 days, our physical goals?
Asking for feedback.
Yeah, sure. Unmute yourself and take it away. This is your call.
Perfect. You mentioned yoga, and something that I think I've shared before is that we have a coffee maker that has an automatic set time. You can program it, but I turn that off and I go upstairs and I push the button and I stretch for those 8 minutes while while my coffee is brewing. Because again, we have 24 hours a day, but it's where can we find a little nook and cranny. And I use YouTube. This woman, Cassandra, Morning Yoga with Cassandra. She's great. And then I've been following it up with Baron Baptiste with meditation. Because again, I was making these things I didn't even know what it all was.
Yeah.
But then creating a little pocket of time where something's happening, it doesn't take me away from something else. So a little back to back during another experience. And also, Joyce, I just want to share with you, thank you for sharing your father-in-law with us, because clearly he was an amazing man. I mean, we're all emotional with you because that we feel your love for him. Yeah. And, I have to say, having grace with ourselves, I think too, as a strong woman, which you clearly are, it can be really difficult to know where to go to let go. So you're here, we got you. And being strong doesn't mean we don't cry. That's a big lesson that I learned in my life too. So love you very much. Sending you giant love.
Thank you so much, Tara. Guys, something so simple, 8 minutes of stretching while her coffee's brewing is brilliant, right? So jot down 5 ideas, maybe to lose 15 pounds, have 2 successful cleanse days, maybe to read 10 pages every morning, maybe to do 10 minutes of stretching. I know that since I stopped yoga, my back has been acting up a lot. 10 squats, Marissa said. Yeah, guys, read the comments. I'm not going to read them all to you, but brilliant ideas. going for a morning walk, maybe walking the dog twice a day. The pets will enjoy it, right? I give my kids my cell phone. I say, you go hunt Pokemon. Mommy's going to walk 2 miles. Whatever it takes, right? Let's find 2 or 3 things off this list that we can implement. Because by a show of hands, I think we can all agree that if we're not feeling our best physically, we're not performing our best financially. Can we all give an amen to that? Would you all agree? Yes. Okay. When we do a cleanse, when we're at our lowest weight, when we have the most energy, we're like, you got to know about Isogenics. We're just fired up. But when we're dragging ass, you almost feel inauthentic talking to people about it, right? So that's the first thing we're going to do, is really, as of today, start focusing on 2 or 3 simple goals. That's personal goals. Let's talk about business or financial goals. Now that can include anything, my friends. Business and financial goals can mean saving an extra $500, maybe investing in the stock market for the first time, maybe going for a free consultation with a financial planner because you're 40 years old and have no idea how to manage money, but literally $9,000 is going on Amazon every month. You know, business goals can also be a lot of cleanup and clean out and eliminating the things that do not serve you. So I had a calendar on my desk, right here, my at a glance calendar. And I felt like, you know what, I did not want to look at 2020 anymore. It just pissed me off. I know I didn't perform as well as I could. And I'm like, you know what, I need to get a new freaking calendar, put this baby in the trash and start fresh. And that's exactly what I did. I bought a brand new 2021 calendar, started fresh from September 1st. It's purple. I'm going to decorate the heck out of it with glitter and stickers and really allow it to bring me joy. And my goals aren't even that crazy. Look, there you go. My goals are so simple. 3 conversations a day. 3 follow-ups a day. So let's unmute and let's hear what some of your business goals are. What are your business goals? Looking back, 40 cycles a month. Excellent. Maybe it's the amount of people that you would like to enroll. Maybe looking back at June, July, and August, I'd like you to go to your personally enrolled members, see how many you've enrolled from June to August, and see, I got you, Lisa. Lisa's very adamant, do not throw it out. It's still here. Thank you, my friend. But go to personally enrolled members. You don't have to do it now. Count the amount of enrollments that you've had from June to August. Count the amount of consultants that you've made. See what you've done and challenge yourself to maybe just do 2 more, 3 more, 5 more. Just stretch yourself a little bit. So who would like to speak on what your June through August look like and what you would like to improve business-wise for the next 3 months to close your last year strong?
Angela, I'll share.
Sure, Marissa. Hello.
How are you? So I was like an enrolling monster these past couple months. I've hit at least 5, some months 10, like every single month, like excellent. So excited about all of my enrollments. However, I'm not getting people to consultant. So that is something that I need a lot of work on. That's something that I need to help my people grow on, really help share the vision with them. And that's the one thing that I really want to work on so that I can help other people get paid. And in turn, I can build an incredible team.
Yeah. So everyone always wants to make more consultants. You're not alone. Do we all want to make more consultants? Yeah. So put on a piece of paper how many people you've enrolled from June through August. Put on that paper how many consultants you have made. and challenge yourself to just do a little bit more. And when you start putting Post-it notes and sticky pads, I'm a consultant making machine. That should be your hashtag, everywhere. I'm a consultant making machine. Your conversations will be more about that. And you know what I love? I'm very passionate about three-way phone calls because I'm a massive enroller, but not always great with leading the vision. Like, I know what I know, and like, duh, you don't know that? Like, but I'm very red. Just tell me what to do and I'll do it. But someone maybe like you, who's a blue, I don't know that you're a blue, I'm just saying, someone who's a blue or a yellow, they don't relate to that. Go, 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 just do it, I like to bring a person onto that phone call. And I would like to say, Cheryl, you've got to meet my friend Dana. She's amazing. I would love for her to share her product story as well as her financial story with you. Sometimes bringing a third person on will highlight and edify what you do. And I look for people that are incredible at casting the vision. And our team is so wonderful. I don't think anyone's ever declined a phone call for anyone, right? I mean, all we have to do is ask, hey, you're a teacher. Can you get on a three-way with another teacher? So I think as long as you put it out into fruition, it'll happen. I mean, do we believe? Can we send Marissa some good vibes? This is going to be your biggest consultant making month ever. We're sending you good juju. Who else? Who else has some business goals?
Hey, Ange, I'll share something. Me and my wife do this business together. Some of you know that, some of you don't. And what we try to do now, we haven't done it, but we're trying to do more often, is we try to create almost a three-way call together where we have a woman's side and my side with a potential client, so that there's certain things that she can drive home way better than I can. And then there's certain things that I can get across way better than she can. And it also casts a vision that couples can do this together, where a lot of the objection is, I got to ask my husband about this. Oh, I got to ask my wife about this. And our goal is to really do that more often, because we've had some phone calls in this past August that have, turned into enrollments and are really close to enrollments. And with school starting, I think that with people with kids, that has helped people, you know what, I got to keep my kid home from school. Let me get them started and then get back to you. And now going back and following up with them together. Now her schedule is way different than mine. And, so, I got to put big boy shoes on when she's not around, and same with her. But I think it's effective when we do that. And anyone here who, doesn't have their spouse in on this, at least on the product, at least it's something to think about, to help you, just in case, hey, I can't get Angela on the phone to help me with this. Just maybe, my husband's not big on the business, but for me, I came in on the joint pain support because I worked in the cemetery all my life, and I had neck and shoulder pain, and I would pop an Advil, and my wife just put the product in front of me, and she said, Mark, try this. And I said, okay. I saw she was doing a shake thing. I didn't know what it was about. And so I think that's really big, and that's a really big goal of mine and ours together. And I thought I just would share that in case many of you didn't know that. I'll mute out.
I love that so much, and thank you so much for sharing that. And you're 100% right. I remember when I ordered my pack, and my husband was like, he thought it was like another thing, like a Slim Fast or a Jenny Craig or Raspberry Keats, whatever, all the crap us ladies like to try. And I caught him drinking a shake. And I said to him, no, you're going to mess up my program, and I'm going to be one short. I need to get you your own. And really, that's how we started our mission together. But I will say, Mark, what a beautiful point. I want you guys to know that in most businesses in corporate America, if you work as a receptionist for a doctor's office, if you are maybe a personal trainer, when you ask for help, people frown down upon you, right? In the outside world, outside of network marketing, when you ask for help, people are like, is she like incompetent or something? And we're trained this way to hurry up and grow up, hurry up and learn, hurry up and master it so you don't have to ask anyone for help. And here in network marketing, guys, we have to unlearn this skill, right? Because in network marketing, the only way you grow is through a community, through a team, through a collaboration, right? My coach introduced me to Alexis Romano. I introduced my person to my coach. It really creates this system of duplication so that when you have a new person coming on, number one, they don't feel that they have to be an expert because you've never portrayed yourself like an expert, right? But number two, they're not embarrassed to ask for help. I would rather somebody ask any one of you guys, and us say, you know what, that's a great question. I have no freaking clue, but I'm going to go ask my leader. I saw Diane post something, Diane Ferrara. I hope I'm saying her last name right. Diane posted something in our business group yesterday, and she goes, what is this leader in action thing for? She's like, qualify for what? And I just thought that really showed a lot of grace and a lot of humility and a lot of leadership, because we should never be embarrassed to go into our group and ask a question that we don't know. That is the number one quality of a leader, right? Is asking these questions. So I feel that if you're able to set somebody up with success right off the bat by saying, hey, me and my wife, we want to share a story. And that's all we're doing is sharing stories, right? So I think that the more we work together, the absolute better. Guys, we have yellows on our team that can plan events and parties like nobody's business. Reach out to a yellow, right? And ask them to help you host your first sip and sample. So that's something that's on my business list. I haven't hosted a sip and sample, my gosh, since February. Long time. I'm not good at planning events. What my business goal is for the last quarter is hosting a sip and sample and asking a yellow for help. Asking someone on my team who's great at planning events. Hey, I want to have an ISA get together. Would you join me? Would you help me? Would you promote this with me? Okay, so that's one thing that I'm really gonna focus on my last quarter. More sip and samples now that we can finally be in the same room together. Yeah, Karen, if you've been dying to do a sip and sample, post in our group, ask for some local friends. I'm sure the women on our team and men, I'm sorry, would be so happy to support you. Another thing on my list is I don't think I created any crystal managers. Maybe one from June through August. But that's the whole basis of our compensation plan, right, guys? You +2, them +2. So for me, that's imperative. My last quarter, focus on more crystal managers. Get paid and get your people paid. Another thing on my business goal, and I'm going to be real with you, I don't care if you're in the top 50, top 500, no matter what your numbers are, life happens to all of us, right? And sometimes you're here and you're focused and you're crushing it, and sometimes you get a little sidetracked. But the beautiful thing about our business is you are your own boss. You are the boss here. And so it's never too late to say, you know what, Sharon, this is the week I'm getting my ass in the chair and I'm starting fresh. And you tear off the old page, but you don't throw it in the garbage because you don't want to piss Lisa off. You tear off the old page and you start fresh today. Isn't it invigorating that there's no boss, that you can reflect and say, you know what, I had a few shitty months. My kids were home. They were driving me crazy. I had the mom guilt. I couldn't dedicate the time to sitting in the chair and focusing. But today I will. Today I can. And any day that you sit down and you commit to doing this, there's an opportunity for you to change, to impact someone's life. How many of you guys feel like Joyce's story needs to be heard with the world? How many people are struggling right now? How many people desperately need a community where we can say, hands on your back, we've got you? Guys, people don't have that in the world. And so any day you sit in your chair and you commit to working, there's an opportunity you're going to save somebody. How many of you guys feel that you have been saved by Isagenix? Saved by Isagenix. That's why we share, because we're committed to paying it forward and saving someone else. I would not be in this house, in this chair, living this life with my kids. Everything looks so different for us in 7 short years. 3 months is nothing. It's a blink in time. Create the next 3 months, design it the way you need to be, because when you look over time and you've committed to this life, man, you're going to look back and say, wow, have things changed for me? I'm so happy I stuck with it. So many people have given up and thrown in the towel, right? And I just look and I say, damn, what a life she will never experience, because she didn't have the vision or the forecast to see it through. Right? So it's really important to set these goals. So let's do one more business goal. One more business goal. We've got our personal goals, our physical goals. So what's one more business or financial goal that you really, really, really want to focus on this month? Or I should say the last quarter. I'm going to start calling on people. Okay, so we have, let's see, more consultants, director by Thanksgiving. Everybody hold Lisa to it. Director by Thanksgiving. Helping Kim, Ellen, and Missy get to managers, said Jules. Nothing changes if nothing changes. That's right. Yes, absolutely. I saw Miss Catherine Dean, who is going to push for executive. Tara Mack, 3-star Golden Circle, 3-star executive by December 31st. Hold her to it. Send her an inbox and say, Tara, I believe in you. So we've got our goals. So we've got the things that we're going to focus on for the next 3 months. I give you all, including myself, permission to let go of what was, push it behind you, and start fresh today. Start fresh today, right? It's a lot of turmoil going on, and that's okay. Leave that there, right? Leave the mask discussion, leave the Trump, leave the politics, leave that over there. The world needs you to go out there and be your best and change some lives. And look at the person who helped you. How brave, how courageous of them. Oh my God, my coach posted a before and after picture of herself in these big MC Hammer Zumba pants and her after picture. And I'm just like, God bless her for having the courage to go first. You know what I mean? We've got to give a little bit of gratitude to the person that got us here. I don't care if they're building this business or not. You're here, and that's what matters. And that's how we have to reach out to people, with pride, with confidence, with our goals in the back of our mind, and just saying today is a fresh start. So what I want to focus on for the last half an hour is primarily follow-ups, okay? I want you to start with your Facebook Messenger and then go to text, and we'll go from there. But I want you to go to your Facebook. I'm almost afraid to touch the computer because every time I do, I lose service, so I'm a little nervous. But go to Facebook, open up your Messenger, go to see all in messages, and I want you to scroll down to August 1st. And once you scroll down to August 1st, I want you to start going through them, okay? And any person who you've had a conversation with who might need a follow-up, brand new fresh book. I told you guys I wasn't bullshitting around. I got fresh books. I got fresh pens. We're ready to make a fresh start, right? So start looking back through your Facebook Messenger and see who you had a conversation with. So I'm going to attempt to do a screen share. Oh, Lord, I hope I do not get cut off. Okay. Mark, can you see my screen? Okay, so I go to Messenger, I go to all, I scroll all the way down, and some of you guys that have been doing massive work, You're going to have a lot of scrolling to do. But I want you to go all the way down to August 1st, and I want you to start reading, okay? Who did I reach out to? Who did I have a talk with? Who do I need to follow up with? Joe Frizz. I love this guy. I play volleyball with him. Joe, have you thought about Isagenix? So many people on our team have lost weight. You are one of my faves, and I'd love to help you. Okay, boom. I swear there's no script. It's whatever comes out of my mouth. But right now, I'm going to put in my notebook, Joe Frizz, boom. And then I'm going to hide it. And then I'm going to keep going. I'm not going to stop until I get through August. I know a lot of times we get very distracted. Here's another one. Not personally, we do have a lot of volleyball. Okay. Hey, quick question. Do you know anyone who would be interested in improving their health? I'd love to share what I do for a living. Okay, I have no idea who this is. It's a volleyball person, but my goal is to ensure that every single person who is in my circle knows what I do, okay? And I'm just gonna keep going through August. Just keep going through August. If they're not relevant, if you don't want them on your team, if they're already a customer, hide it. Hide the conversation and get it out of your hair. Hide it temporarily. So I'll give you guys a little bit of time to go through August, but I don't want you to think long and hard on what you're gonna say. I want it to come naturally from the heart. You're a giver. You're providing a beautiful service for someone. And here's the thing. I'm gonna give you guys a quick talk on handling objections. You have to go through a ton of rejection to be able to handle objections gracefully. So don't think for a moment that when people told me, no, you're one of those, when I got blocked, of course it hurt. I'm human. But if you understand the responses that people are giving and why they are giving them, you will not be hurt. This business is not about feelings. I'm not expecting you to be a robot. I know you're human, and we all feel. I think all of us cried when Joyce shared her story. The more you do it, the easier it gets. Repeat after me. The more you do it, the easier it gets. The more you do it, the easier it gets. And sometimes I have to say that to myself 45 times, not to let it bruise my ego. The more you do it, the easier it gets. That's it. That's it, guys. And so people are going to give you objections for several different reasons. They don't know, they're not ready, they have no interest, and it's just the timing is not right. It has no bearing on you. You're perfect, your body is the right size, you're beautiful, your presentation was perfect. Do not go in here. Do not go in here and start overanalyzing, because people let that kind of stuff cripple them. I promise you, they're not saying no to you, okay? Because there are people that have said no to me. I let it bruise my ego. I stopped following up, and guess what? They signed up with someone else. You understand? We are professionals. We're here to provide an education for those that want it. I don't want anyone to feel that they're being pushed or pulled, or, you know, it's just, I want people to join me because they feel like they want this, right? But it's my job to provide the information. That's it. So as you guys are going through August, I'll just keep chatting. So the number one reason for objection is money. That's the first reason people give, right? Money. I don't have the money. I can't afford it, right? If you know that this excuse is coming, you can prepare yourself to handle the money objection by simply showing them the value. If it is enough value in that item, somebody will buy a Louis Vuitton bag, somebody will buy their kid a $200 pair of Nikes. You understand? It's showing someone the value, okay? So when I tell someone, we've got 3 wonderful packs. One is $10 a day, and I describe what's in a basic. One is $15 a day. I describe what's in a pace setter. And one is $20 a day. Which one fits your budget? Oh, I can't afford it. Well, how much are you spending on food right now? And when somebody says I can't afford it, don't get all like inverted and shy and like, no, engage, embrace it. They're giving us an opportunity to debunk the myths, right? So how much are you spending a day on food right now? Oh, you prep at home. Okay, well, what's your weekly grocery bill like? Because what I have found, Joyce, is that most people know exactly what their cable bill is. Most people know exactly what their cell phone bill is. But when it comes to grocery shopping, people don't really have an accurate depiction. So let's think about what you're spending on going out on the weekends with your husband, what your grocery bill is. Because if you boil it down, it's literally $3.21 a shake. I'd love to show you how we can make this affordable for you. And Susan Sly always has this great line, it's free or it's free, right? If you love it and you find 2 friends, I'll show you how to get $400 back. And if you don't like it, you can pack it up and send it back. That's it. But it's with your tone, right, that you're able to manage these objections gracefully, like with childlike curiosity. So when someone says, oh, $300, that's too much. Okay, well, tell me, what do you spend money on now? Where can we cut some corners to help you, right? It's being open and staying calm and cool and collected. You know, another objection that somebody gives is, I need to speak to my husband. And I say, that's wonderful. I would love to be able to connect him with a gentleman on our team, or I'd love to put him on the phone with my husband, who in the beginning was totally a non-believer, and he literally lost 11 pounds just watching me do it. Encourage their objections. Bring them on. Bring them on. When someone's giving you these objections, it's a wonderful thing. It means they're thinking about it, right? What's another excuse? Money. I got to ask my spouse. I need to speak to my doctor. Yeah. So when someone has to speak to their doctor, I would say that's wonderful. I am not a doctor. I don't give medical advice, but I can tell you that if you can have a bagel and a Pepsi, you can most certainly have a healthy protein shake. But I'd love to give you some documents that you can actually take to your doctor so that he can take a look at it, right? And if they see your stance and your confidence, they're going to feel very confident about that too, right? You want them to consult with their spouse and their doctor. And when someone tells me that they have no time, you know what? I want to laugh, because that's a tough one to swallow. It is, because literally you add water and you go. You know, this is the ultimate time saver. And then I ask, embrace the questions. What do you mean you don't have time? Time for what, honey? Meal prepping or time for your health? What exactly don't you have time for, right? This is very important. You want to ask them, what do you mean by that? Because if somebody tells me they don't have time, listen, our time on earth is limited. You want to spend that time being sick, or you want to spend that time being well? In 30 days, I'm going to show you how to maximize your time on this planet as well as in the kitchen, right? But it's all with grace. It's now, I used to get objections and I used to be like, are you shitting me right now? Like, I used to get like offended because I love Isagenix so much that when somebody objected, I would take it very personally. And I want you to remember that it's has nothing to do with you. This is not personal. They don't know what they don't know. And it's our job to provide the education however they see fit. I love to get them on the phone and have a heart-to-heart conversation. But if they're not willing to get on the phone, I don't want to lose the lead. Would you be open to watching a video? Sure. Would you be open to communicating via text? Sure. Meet people halfway. Of course, a heart-to-heart, there's nothing more beneficial than that. But if somebody's refusing to get on the phone, at least ask for a follow-up, send a video, send a tool, something, right? It's meeting people where they at. Remember your frame of mind in the beginning. Remember where you were. I was so overweight and angry and pissed off at life when my coach asked me for my social security number. I wanted to kill her. Just think about where you were in the beginning. You were, people don't come to Isagenix generally because they're in a good place. People come to Isagenix because they're struggling, they're suffering. How many of you guys came here because you were struggling? Physically, emotionally, financially, fitting into your pants in the morning, stress, relationship, everybody could agree. So when we speak to a new person, man, you got to put yourself back there. Where was I in the beginning? And that's how you have to talk with them. I've been there, Missy. I remember feeling that frustration. I'd love to show you something that helped turn my life around 180 degrees. Would you be open? Right? So as we're doing the cleanup, continue on. Go back to August, go back to July, go back to June, and go through the messages. I don't ever want you guys to miss a follow-up and not be professional here. So everyone who you send a message to, their name goes right in your little booklet. You can put it in Excel, wherever you feel comfortable, but we have to have a book for follow-ups. So when you sit down and you put your butt in the chair, for example, tomorrow, you'll know exactly what your job is. Follow up, reach out. Follow up, reach out. Just keep it simple. I think a lot of times people come to their desk or their work area and they don't know what to do. Okay, so follow up is key to the business, and I've showed you guys this many times before, and this is probably one of my favorite things in terms of follow-ups, and I'm going to share it with you now. Follow-up sales statistics. And this really blew my mind because I felt that following up was optional. But if you see the statistics, you will understand that follow-ups are not optional. And the people who follow up year after year after year, I think it took 30-something tries before Susan Sly came on. So guys, this is so important right here. I hope everyone can see my screen. Let me see how I can pull this here. Okay, so it says that 48% of people never follow up with a prospect. Let me see if I can make it nice and big. That's certainly not nice and big. 48, let me see if I can open it here for you guys. I just think this is so important to know the numbers, because if you're not following up, it really poses a significant problem in your business. Mark, can you see this? Okay. "48% of us, that means half the people on the call, will never follow up with a prospect. 25% of us, quarter of us on the call, will make a second attempt. Only 12% of us will make 3 attempts, but 10 of us, that means if there's 40 on this call, only 4 of us will make more than 3 tries. Okay? Here's the important part of this. 2% of sales are made on the first contact. 3 are made on the second. 5 are made on the third. 80% of sales are made on the 5th through 12th try. You have to remember this. You have to continue to follow up with people because you care, because you believe, because you're committed to providing them the best service ever. So That's all I'm going to say on follow-ups. I mean, I have this as a screensaver. I have it with sticky notes everywhere. This is one of my favorite images ever, right? So follow-ups are the key. If you've spoken to someone once and they said no, guess what? You got 11 more tries. So you got to keep going. So the next thing I want to do with you guys is the last 10 minutes for prospecting. And thank God that the call is not, I have its internet somewhat, but let's go through our Facebook friend suggestions. So when you go to Facebook and you go to friends or friend requests under your page, so go to your Facebook page, you go to find friends. There will be a tab here on the cell phone. If you scroll down, it will say find friends. It's lit up in blue. And so Facebook has a general idea of who you are, what you like, the things that you post, the friends that you have in common with others, and they will make suggestions. Utilize those suggestions because that is your network. Okay, so I go to find friends, and then Marion Fontanilla, she's my friend Rick's wife. So he's already on the program, so I won't waste a friend request there. But I try to find people. I look at their profile, and I try to find people who are of interest to me. So I see this guy. He's married. He has 2 kids. He's from Brooklyn. We have 5 friends in common. Then I scroll down and I look a little bit at his posts, and I see he's posting all about keto. So I'm probably not going to friend request him. But that's what I do. I go through friends. I see who they're suggesting, and I would add 3 new friends. And you guys can go ahead and do that now. Add 3 friends. Shouldn't be that difficult. Don't add someone who's argumentative, who's all about politics. Just add people who, I don't know, I like this woman's profile. She's pretty. She's a mom of 3. We have quite a few mutual friends. I would send a friend request, and I would say, always send a message. Make sure that they live in one of the states or countries that we do business in, because if they don't, that's kind of tough. Okay, and after you do the 3 requests, send a Facebook message. Hi, Renata. My name's Angela. I see we both live in Jersey and have a few mutual friends, period. Facebook suggested you as a friend, and I'm always looking for fun, inspirational people to follow. I hope it's all right that I sent you a friend request, period. How is life going for you? Question mark. And what happens is when you send someone an inbox, Facebook thinks you're buddies, and all of a sudden you'll start seeing their posts much more frequently in their in your feed. Do you guys notice that after you private message someone, all of a sudden their posts start showing up in your feed? The more you communicate with someone, the more you will see them in your feed. So make it your business to be reaching out to new people, to start engaging in conversation. Doesn't always have to be about Isagenix. It could just be like, how's life? Are you sending your kids to school this year? What's happening in your world? How are the beaches down there? Just make friends. We get paid to network and make friends. And being a network marketer, it's not only you taking, it's also about you giving, isn't it? It's a referral-based system. So I always love to be that referral and that friend for someone else. So I'll give you guys a moment to reach out, friend request 3, and send them just a nice, warm, nice to meet you message. Hi, Kim. Facebook suggested you as a friend, period. I see we have a lot of friends in common, period. I'm always looking for fun, inspirational people to follow, period. How are you holding up during this time? Hi, Ellie. How are you? Period. I'm a friend of cats and would like to friend request you, period. I see that you are very active in the gym community and would love to talk a little bit more about what I do. So the woman just accepted my friend request. And she said, it's been very hard taking it one day at a time, but thank you for asking. And right away, like, I'm not going to bring up Isogenics, but I'm going to get real with her. I'm going to say, same here, girlfriend. Nice to know I'm not the only one losing my shit. You know, you just want to show people that you're human, but I'm going to put her on my list and I'm going to go to her profile and I'm going to make it a C first, right? Because this is someone who I like, who I think has potential. So under the friends, you can add her to the See First button. So her profile and her posts will come up first. So if you find someone who you're like very passionate about and you're like, man, this woman would be good, or man, she would make just a good friend, right? It doesn't always have to be about Isogenics. I think that sometimes has to come naturally. But even if this is someone who you really want to get to know, hit the See First option so that you can love on her posts. Sometimes you friend someone and then you truly forget all about them because you never see their posts, right? We have hundreds of friends, but you only see the same 20, right? So I like to add my new friends as a See First. There's also an option on Facebook under options where you can search by recent. It's under the See More tab. And it's, I think it's called like most recent. Here it is. I found it under See More. And it says most recent. And I like to put up that setting sometimes when I'm prospecting so I could see who the people are that most recently posted. And honestly, these are not people that come up generally in my feed. So you can set that option when you're prospecting, search the most recent posts, and sprinkle some love on people. Okay. So let's start having some new conversations. So what people say and do is part of their story, not ours. Yeah, that's true. Thanks, Tara. No one else will know from other network marketing companies follow up with. It's crazy. I feel like we're the only ones ever taught this. I have to be honest with you. I've learned that lesson, Megan, the hard way. Many times I've just prospect so hard and reach out to so many people that someone always gets lost. And there have been times where someone on my team, Ed Golden, signs them up and I'm like, oh, at least they're in my downline. But there have been other teams where I see them other times where they sign up with other companies. Like I see her doing like It Works Wraps. And I can't even get mad because I didn't do a diligent job of following up. And sometimes, you know, you become good at something by initially screwing up at that one thing, right? So there's a valuable lesson in everything, but follow-ups are incredibly, incredibly important. They're a massive part of our business. There very few of us say yes on the first try. How many of you guys, by a show of hands, said yes the first time your person spoke to you? Two. How many of you guys life stalked and watched the post and needed more than just a one-time conversation? Like, I stalked like hard. Any stalkers? Yeah, it took a 95% of us, I would say, more than one conversation. So keep that in mind. Somebody's watching. I don't stop posting and I don't stop sharing because I didn't get an enrollment. I'm always planting the seeds because I never know when those flowers are ready to bloom, to flourish, when it's someone's time to shine, right? So really not being attached to the outcome and more being attached to the activity. What is my activity? So one of my general rules is 3 conversations a day. I don't care if you're talking to the guy at the gas station. 3 conversations a day. 3 follow-ups, very necessary, and 3 new leads. I mean, if you guys are friend requesting 3 people a day, 5 days a week, you'll be maxed out in no time. You know, remember, a lot of us started Facebook very recently with 10 friends, including our mom. So growing your network, I have a lot of people that say they feel very uncomfortable because they show pictures of their kids and they don't want to just add anyone. Well, you're doing a tremendous disservice if you're not constantly adding people. 90% of the people that I have enrolled, I would say higher than that, probably 96, 98, I did not know before Isagenix. These are not good friends that I have enrolled. These are people that I met because of my intentionality with Isagenix, with making friends, with trying new things, and with growing my network. So give me 3 takeaways. I'm going to just call on people because everyone's a little shy today. I don't expect that from this group. But Jules, what's your major takeaway from today? Jules is on a call. Marilyn, what's your biggest takeaway from today?
I'm going back to August 1st and double checking everybody in my messenger list that I've sent requests to. I have a question.
Sure.
Do I friend request them and send the message at the same time, or do I send the message and hope that they respond?
No, I do both. I send a friend request and then I kind of justify why.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, that's okay. Kimberly Garns Walker, how about you? What was your biggest takeaway for today? I like to call on people because this business is about being uncomfortable, right? So I like to throw you right. You can unmute, Kim.
Okay.
There you are.
So basically what I was doing is actually going back to August 1st and just sending messages, but also the fact that, you know, when you reach out to people, sometimes it's not the right time for them, and don't give up. You know, just keep posting, do what you do, and eventually they'll come around if it's really for them.
I love it. I love it. Can you guys take a look at Jacqueline, how she is laying on her bed with her feet up? I just love you. And the fact that you can do business like that is one of my favorite things in the freaking world. Look at, I love you. I mean, what's your she's so cute. She's laying on her bed like we used to do when we were 8, like this, with our legs high up in the air. So Jacqueline, you have to give the last takeaway. How awesome that you can do business like that.
It helps. To me, it takes me out of this is so serious and I have to say the right thing, to more of just like a relaxed, because when I feel relaxed, I just sent an ask, and I sometimes get really nervous about asking people. And so when I'm laying like this, it makes me feel relaxed. And so I can send a relaxed question to someone without it seeming like, oh, I have to word it a certain way and process things a certain way. And I appreciate the thinking about how you look back at what you've done and don't beat yourself up about it. You know where you're going, and it's not about when it happens, but the fact that it's going to happen. And so just keep plugging away every day at what you do, showing up to things like this, building that belief. And I want to thank you because this call has helped with my belief building, and that's something that I'm struggling with right now. So this has been huge for me. It's been an awesome hour.
Thank you. I'm so happy to hear that. Let's take a selfie. Guys, if we don't have a selfie, it just clearly never happened. But keep getting on. Keep plugging in. Okay, ready? 1, 2. Oh, I don't know what I did here. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, and go ahead and post. Doyle, fabulous smile. That was perfect. But guys, let's put up a lunchtime post. How much fun is it to be hanging out in bed in my office building with this incredible crew? That's it. That's the post. You always lead with heart. Don't worry about the talent. Don't worry about the skill set. That will come. Do what feels good here, because if it doesn't feel good here, you're not going to do it. You know, so that's the most important to have at the forefront. So
I wanted to add a little tip about leaving the videos, either on birthdays or with a new friend request. I often make a video and then I say a little written thing below it. I do it with a voice memo. I say, hey, Angela, happy birthday. I hope that video came through okay. And a lot of times people will reply back, I didn't get the video. And then I get to do the video all over again. But with a friend request, it seems like they get if I do them both together like that, they get the video and then they actually engage and accept my friend request. If they don't, I think it goes to spam. It looks, or they interpret it as spam, something like that. But sometimes the video doesn't even just show, it's just gone.
That's an excellent point. Sometimes I will friend request someone just to make sure that they're getting the message, because if you are not friends with them, it will absolutely go in the other folder. And I can guarantee people who are not building the business and not aware, they don't even know that another folder exists, right? So for sure, send a friend request and send the message. All right, guys, thank you so much for being on. I appreciate you so much. I hope this was a wonderful, productive hour, and I'll see you guys on tomorrow's Power Hour.
Thanks, Angela.
Thank you, Angela.
Thank you, Angela.
Angela.
Sending you all the love in the world, Joyce. We're thinking of you.
Oh,
Yes,
thank you.
Yes,
We love you, Joyce.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody. Have a great long
you.
weekend.
Ready.